What do you proudly do wrong? I open my potato chips bags from the bottom for two reasons. The crumbs and the flavor get redistributed all over the bigger pieces of chips when you flip the bag, and when you actually get to the bottom, you find the big undamaged chips covered in seasoning, not the useless crumbs. I like to use the word technically in unnecessary situations. I own a brown couch, so I'll say technically my couch is brown. I love using approximately for definite things. I have approximately 2 eyes. Whenever the congregation at church sings Battle Hymn of the Republic, I always switch the words to an old camp song set to the same tune about sleeping naked. Since everyone else is singing the right words, no one can tell I'm not. The words are, I wear my pink pajamas in the summer when it's hot, and I wear my flannel nightie in the winter when it's not. Oh, and sometime in the springtime. Oh, and sometimes in the fall. I jump between the sheets with nothing on at all. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, what's it to ya? Balmy breezes blowing through ya, with nothing on at all. I like to use the phrase tomato in text form, and also pronounce them the same verbally. I say, tomato, potato, pronounced opposite ways. Really gets under people's skin for some reason. One day in high school my friends had a rabid debate over the pronunciation of caramel candy. One said caramel and the other, caramel. They asked me to mediate the disagreement and I have been pronouncing it caramel ever since. The classic putting the MPHs on the wrong syllable. I made my username when I was around 7 years old. It was supposed to be Aunt Pearl, but since I was 7 I spelled it wrong. And now if I spell it right it's just not me anymore. So I spell it wrong on purpose with all the accounts I create. I made mine when I was 9. I transferred an amulet of accuracy to a new account in RuneScape. Figured the new guy would be very accurate, and named him as such. Well, it's been a decade, and I now feel very weird going by anything else on the internet. I say you only YOLO once. I stole it from workaholics and it makes people angry when I say it. RIP in peace. When people sneeze, I tell them congratulations instead of bless you. Everyone I tell does a double take and asks me why. I had a professor in college who said it, and I asked him why. He told me that in ancient Rome people would say congratulations to a sneeze because they believed you were ejecting a disease from your body. I don't care if that's true or not, but it's fun to say. I say bless you when people burp. I call my son's electronics every name but what they are. Usually I call the iPad a Kindle, but yesterday I called it an iKindle and he looked like he died on the inside. It wouldn't be so hilarious if he didn't take it so seriously. AWW, thanks for the gold. When I was a kid, I was confused, so instead of buenos dias, good morning, I'd say menos dias, fewer days, because it sounded pretty similar and, well, it was technically true. I still do this every morning with my family because my mum hates it for being too depressing. It's like a constant reminder that as each day passes, we are all closer to death. When I eat Pop-Tarts, I always eat the sides first, then the top bottom edges before eating the center with all the icing. I pretty much do the same thing with sandwiches and Kit Kats, but people are usually shocked I eat the worst part of the Pop-Tart first when it's actually my favorite. I do that too, but because I think it's the worst part, get it out of the way first so I can enjoy the middle. But if that's your favorite part, more power to you. I get in my car head first instead of putting my feet in first. Everyone makes fun of me for it, but it seems right to me. I put my butt in first. I'm an editor in the US. When I'm not at work, I use a spelling gray. It suits the color's personality better. Screw you, Webster. My parents have these decorative blocks that spell Noel, ya know. 'Tis the season and all. Anytime during the holidays when we visit, my brother or I will rearrange them to spell Leon. So there's just a wonderful Christmas tradition of holiday cheer and family and food in this dude named Leon. I don't ask people for pieces of paper. I ask them for slices of paper. Slices of paper and a stick of pencil. I eat burgers and sandwiches in a circular pattern. Get the overly bready part out of the way so the remaining 75% of the burger or sandwich has a proper, enjoyable bread-meat ratio. I eat burgers upside down. The top half of the bun is usually thicker and doesn't break into pieces as often. Not me, but my husband always says, does the Pope crap in the woods whenever I ask him a question with an obvious answer. My week starts on Mondays. I don't care what any calendar says. I worked at a movie theater for years and our week started on Friday because that's when most new movies come out. It's messed me up for years. Dry off while I'm still in the shower. Why am I going to get anything else wet for no reason? I didn't know people got out before drying off. My boyfriend's roommate does it and gets the whole floor soaking wet, which then gives me wet socks. I always just assumed he was dumb. AP guidelines say don't use the Oxford comma. I made a point to use it all the time when I wrote for the school paper. Screw the AP. Commas save lives. The Oxford comma is amazing. All it does is provide clarity. I don't know why AP would be against that. I have always worn my watch on my dominant hand. I don't understand why it's supposed to go on the opposite hand. So you can wind it with your right hand while still on your left wrist. I put sugar and cream in my coffee cup before I pour in my coffee. That way I don't have to stir anything. But watching cream surge back up when you pour it is one of my only sources of satisfaction in life. I like to misspell words when I'm texting my close friends. It started out as a joke that I couldn't spell and now I do it on purpose to pee them off. Better yet, spell out acronyms. Send one of your friends WTF and watch them go bonkers. LOL. I eat the entire apple excluding the stem. I eat the entire kiwi including the skin. I say we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Nice mixing of metaphors. Cross that bridge, burn your bridges. It has mouth appeal and makes only about 25% of the folks listening go, what did you say? Do you have any children? Me. Female, not that I know of. Apparently tie my shoes. I had no idea until my sew pointed it out. I use 2 bunny ears and tie them together. I tried doing it the other way but it's just not as easy. I would really have to go out of my way to relearn how to tie my shoes and I don't feel like doing that. So I just own it now. The one thing that is annoying about my method is that it causes the laces to sit more diagonally and not straight across. Oh well. I am 44 years old and still do this. Mum says as a kid I couldn't learn the other way that people do it, so she taught me this way. I didn't even know I was doing anything wrong until someone pointed it out to me in high school. Instead of pouring my microwave popcorn out of the bag and into a bowl, I cut off the side of the bag. This way I can put my hand in the bag without getting a buttery mess, but also I don't have to dirty a bowl. This actually seems pretty smart. I rarely if ever use my right pinky when typing. I'll eat cereal without any milk. The first few times, it was just because my sew was out of milk. Now, I do it because she finds it genuinely perplexing. When my kid was 2 and learning to talk, I taught him that a sheep says baa, and a cow says moo and a horse says get off of me. I have no regrets. Not me, my boyfriend, always says sandwich instead of sandwich. He says he used to say it like that when he was little and no one ever corrected him, so it just stuck. I know it's not a huge deal but it drives me crazy. Wear yoga pants under my jeans. Guys aren't supposed to wear yoga pants. Don't care. I want something under my jeans on a cold day. I take the slightly slower route side streets to work if it is the most direct route and I don't have to change lanes constantly and take right turns at huge intersections. I get very anxious when I drive and I moved to a big city a year ago and I hate it. Too many cars. Too many people. Not enough awareness on the road. Yesterday I gave directions to a friend so we could drive somewhere and he says I would never go this way. This is stupid. I told him it's because the large intersection a block away is always backed up at this time and this way is technically faster. But whatever. Let's wait almost 10 minutes at a 5-lane intersection that also has a trolley going through it when we can get to our destination in 3 minutes. My boyfriend starts showers wrong. He says his mom taught him to get in the tub, turn the water on where it's running through the bath faucet, wait for it to get hot, then pull the knob that makes it go through the shower head. So every time I hear him curse because it's cold water hitting his feet, I asked why he doesn't just turn the water on, pull the knob so it heats up through the shower head, then get in when it's an adequate temperature, like my mom taught me and how I feel the right ways. but he continues to curse at cold water every morning. I use pictures, descriptions, and sometimes even accounts of football games without the NFL's consent. I write the letter S from the bottom upward. You need to be professionally evaluated. When accompanying the national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner, on the piano, I deliberately transpose the key down to make the vocal range more comfortable and high notes more possible for the majority of singers. I like to use the phrase kill one bird with two stones. Make sure that bird is good and dead before ya focus on any other birds. Rule number 2. Double tap. I use my George Foreman grill upside down when making paninis so its weight can squish them harder. This is the best comment in this thread if we're being honest here. I don't please listen to the entire message before making your selection. I keep pressing 0 until a human comes on the line. Where I work, our help desk has a message that says if password reset is the reason for your call, listen carefully to the following options and select option 5. Ooh yeah, if you think I'm listening to all 9 options before mashing the 5 key, you're sorely mistaken. I say, it's not rocket surgery. I'm not a funny man. Oh man, I've got a buddy who somewhere picked up It's Not Rocket appliances, which has since rubbed off on me. Weird looks. I let my coffee cool down to room temperature before I drink it. I can't drink hot liquids. My mom would put an ice cube in coffee or soups. Drives my dad insane. I don't know if this counts, but a lot of people have commented on how weird it is that I absolutely cannot drink throughout my meal, but that I have to completely finish my food first before drinking. I worked at a dialysis clinic and one of the TVs wasn't working properly. It would randomly turn off and you could barely see the screen. It had been looked at around 3 times, but we kept getting told that there was nothing wrong with it. These poor people have to sit there for 4 hours, and since they wouldn't replace it, one night while closing I dumped a cup of water into the back of the TV. The TV got replaced. I put cans and jars on the top shelf so my so can't reach them. That way I get to both take them down and open them for her. It makes me appear more manly than I really am. I can't tell if this is adorable or psychopathic. You have been visited by the IT lizard. Upvote or experience bad internet for a month. Thanks for watching. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day, you magnificent people.